कीर्तिः
कीर्तिः
श्रीर्वाक्
श्रीर्वाक्
च नारीणां
च नारीणां
स्मृतिर् मेधा
मेधा
धृतिः
धृतिः
क्षमा.
क्षमा.
Okay. So Jaipal, can you call Nitin?
Okay, Prabhuji.
So I am all devouring death, and I am generating principle of all that is yet to be. Among women, I am fame, fortune, fine speech, memory, intelligence, steadfastness, and patience. So women are supposed to have these qualities. Mrityu hu sarva haras chaham. At the time of death, everything will be taken away. Time of death, everything will be taken away. So we are seeing a lot of death around us due to corona and due to riots. So during riots, they burned so many buildings. Apparently in one of the building, one person also died. So death is there all around us. And death will take away everything that we have, name, fame, fortune, what to speak of money. Everything will go away. People will think, yeah, if I, die, at least my kids will have the money. But kids are very different people. They may take the money, but they may not respect you, or they may not even care about the money. Depends upon how much it is and so on. So, Disha Mataji, can you please read?
Yes, Prabhu. As soon as a man is born, he dies at every moment. Thus, death is devouring every living entity at every moment. But the last stroke is called death itself. That death is Krishna. As for future development, all living entities undergo 6 basic changes. They are born, they grow, they remain for some time, they reproduce, they dwindle, and finally they vanish. Of these changes, the first is deliverance from the womb, and that is Krishna. The first generation is beginning of all future activities. The 7 opulences listed, fame, fortune, fine speech, memory, intelligence, steadfastness, and patience, are considered feminine. If a person possesses all of them or some of them, he becomes glorious. If a man is famous as a righteous man, that makes him glorious. Sanskrit is a perfect language and therefore very glorious. If after studying one can remember a subject matter, he is gifted with good memory or smriti, and the ability not only to read many books on different subject matters, but to understand them and apply them when necessary is intelligence, medha. Another opulence. The ability to overcome steadfastness is called firmness or steadfastness. Oh, dhriti. And when one is fully qualified, yat is humble and gentle, and when one is able to keep his balance both in sorrow and in the ecstasy of joy, he has the opulence called patience, shama.
So a lot of good qualities are mentioned here. But let's start from the top. Death is devouring every living entity at every movement, but the last stroke is called death itself. So here, like a biologist, Srila Prabhupada is saying that each one of our cells is always dying. But we don't realize that. But the final stroke is called death itself. That death is Krishna. So if we don't worship Krishna throughout your life, actually we should worship Krishna 24/7. Then Krishna comes as death. So there's nothing wrong with death because that is also Krishna. But he comes in a more fierce form and he takes everything away. Actually, he takes us away from everything else. Right? So this sannyasi, Srila Prabhupada's disciple, whose presentation I discussed last week, he talks about life being a set of probabilities. Continuously, one probability after the other probability happen in life. Right? So I'm just trying to think where I saved that because I have so many things on my laptop. Let me, Psychology of a Devotee. Yeah, this is the one. So, can we analyze a devotee's life through general psychology? Any thoughts on that one? Can we or can we not? Is there such a thing called psychology in devotional life?
Prabhu, wasn't that what we were discussing last week? Psychology and the study of soul.
Mm-hmm. Yes, yes.
Uh,
Remember. That's very nice. So, what did we discuss there?
well, the term psychology has evolved to what we know psychology right now, a study of mind, but then really the study of soul. And the study of soul, what we discussed last. I'm trying to remember. Oh, there it is.
Yeah, very good memory. That's exactly what psychology is. Psychology means science of the soul. Before all these Kakamemi psychology entered the world, psychology meant study of the soul. And then we talked about those various forms, right, in the spiritual world. Santa, Dasya, Sakya, Vatsalya, Madhurya. This one slide is sufficient actually for our life. This one slide. Why? Because it talks about how we can relate with the Supreme Lord. It's not like stock market went up today, number of deaths, Corona came down today. Because why does the stock market go up? Based on some news. Less number of people are dying, and more people are getting jobs. Just 3 weeks ago, more people were losing jobs, so stock market came down. Right? So those are all nonsense topics. Real topic is what is my relationship with Krishna? Samanta, Dasya, Sakya, Vatsalya, and Madhurya. Sakya, Vatsalya, and Madhurya are reserved for elevated souls. Maybe 15 or 20 people on the planet can get to those levels. Friendship with Krishna, parental love, like taking care of Krishna like a parent, or being a direct lover of Krishna. Krishna already has 16,108 wives. So why does he want us? He doesn't want us. So number 5 is a pipe dream. Actually, you cannot get to number 5. What you can do is you can only serve one of the wives of Krishna. So Dasa Dasanu Dasa. Gopi Bharta Padakamalayor Dasa Dasanu Dasa. Servant of servant of servant. So if I tell you to do something and you procrastinate, right? There it is a sign that you are not a servant of a servant. That's it. You are out from devotional life. Why? Because I am trying to be a servant of my spiritual master, who is a servant of his spiritual master, who is a servant of his spiritual master. In this way, the chain goes all the way to Krishna. And if I don't follow the instructions of my superiors, or if you don't follow the instructions that I give or other senior devotees give, then you basically have no chance, right? It's all through connection, right? I may be a nonsense, but through me, you can serve Srila Prabhupada and the Acharya Parampara and then go back to Godhead. So it's nothing to do with whether I am pure or not. But I am trying to serve him and I'm trying to teach you, right? So therefore, Dasya, this number 2, Dasya is the most important. Neutrality, Krishna doesn't care much. You are neutral, he is neutral. Okay. आप वहां रहो, मैं यहाँ रहूंगा, बस, chapter close. So the only status that we have is dasya, to become a servant of a servant. So I will go to an advanced text right now. It is called Mukunda Mala Stotra. What is this? Okay. I don't know if it's there here or not. If not, we'll search it on the internet. Mukunda. What? Why is it making so much noise? Oh, Mukunda Mala Sutra is not here. It used to be there. In the process of revamping stuff, looks like they took it away. Anybody remember that verse that I'm searching for? It says, servant of a servant. Nobody? I discussed this many times. So this is not the verse I'm looking for. I'm looking for one specific one. That's the Krishna Tvadiya Pada Pankaja Panjarantam Advaitume Vishatumanasa Rajahamsaha Prana Prayana Samaye Kapavata Pittaihi Kanto Varadho Vidao Smaranam Kutaste. Okay, everybody sing after me. Krishna Tvadiya Pada Pankaja Panjarantam. Sing.
त्वदीयपादपङ्कजपञ्जरान्तम्
Advaitave Vishatu Manasa Rajahamsah
अद्वैव मे विशतु मानसराजहंसः
Prana Prayana Samaye Kapavata Pittaihi
प्राणप्रयाणसमये कपवातपित्तः
Kantavaradho Dhana Vidhau Smaranam Kutaste.
कण्ठावरदो धनविदौ स्मरणं कुतस्ते.
Oh Krishna, please allow my mind to immediately yield. Yield means immediately, just like you're driving. You see the yield sign, immediately slow down. You just look at that sign, wait if somebody is crossing. Please allow my mind to immediately yield to your lotus flower like feet. Just as a flamingo enters into the labyrinth of the lotus flower stems. When at the moment of my last breath, my throat becomes constricted by the action of bodily humors like air, bile, and phlegm, how will I be able to remember you? So he's saying, please allow my mind to immediately come to you. Just like a flamingo bird, Manasa Raja Hamsa. Raja Hamsa means flamingo. Sometimes also translated as Hamsa swan. Into labyrinth. Labyrinth means tightly knit stems. Like if you look at a lotus stem at the base, they are very tightly knit together. Means they are very close to each other. To see lotuses, you have to go to Rajasthan. That's where I saw. In front of the Vishnu temple, they were selling lotuses for like 10 rupees each or something like that. So you take a flower and you offer it to Vishnu. When at the moment of my last breath, my throat becomes constricted by the action of bodily humors. At the moment of death, what happens? Kantavaradhunao vidau. So your kanta, your throat will be constricted by air, of course, which is easy to kind of get out of, bile and phlegm. Phlegm is very bad. Like if you want to see phlegm, sometimes clear your throat in the morning and spit it out into the wash basin. You'll see that white stuff that comes. That is called phlegm. So he's saying at the time of death, there will be so much phlegm in my mouth. Because usually what happens time of death? We are on a deathbed. So we are not vertical, we are horizontal. So all this phlegm is accumulating in the throat. And you want to say Hare Krishna at the time of death, you cannot say. So this particular Acharya, Kulashekar Alvar from Kerala, he says, because I cannot say your name or think of you at the time of death, you take me away right now. So let me go with you right now. What's the point of waiting till the end death? This is very advanced. We are not thinking like that. We are thinking, oh, maybe if I live longer, I'll get promoted. Maybe I'll start a new store. Maybe I will, start a new company. Maybe I'll get big bonus. Microsoft stock is like $180 now. They may give me 100 stock. So life will be happy. So that is our prayer. Krishna Twadapadiya Panjarantam, Microsoft stock and promotion Hamsaha. That is our song. But this person, Kulashekar Alvar, is singing Advaiva me Vishatu Manasa Raja Hamsaha. Let my Manasa means our brain, our mind, not brain. This is like a Raja Hamsaha, queen of all the swans. So let my mind come to your lotus feet. Paja, Pankaja, Pada Pankaja. Why they say Pada Pankaja? Pankaja because Krishna's feet are like lotus flowers. Our feet are like dirty. Krishna's feet are lotus flowers. Sometimes like new devotees joke with each other. Prabhuji, this is at your lotus feet. And then you look at that feet, they'll be like ugly, dark, broken. Yeah, so our feet are not Pada Pankaja. Our feet are dirt Pankaja. So Krishna's feet are Pada Pankaja. So that is it. We have to come to this platform. Ultimately, the goal of learning Bhagavad Gita, the goal of learning Srimad Bhagavatam, goal of chanting 16 rounds every day is this. At the time of death, Prana Prayana Samaye Kapavata Pittaihi. Prana Prayana. So it doesn't say prana finish, just like Buddhists say, prana is nirvana. This is not nirvana, it's prayana. Prayana means it's traveling. During the time of travel of the prana. So there are 5 kinds of air, right? Prana, Vyana, Samana, Udhana. What's the 5th one, Gopal? Prana, Vyana, Samana, Udhana, and what's the 5th one? Anybody?
Apana, Prabhuji?
Apana, yes. Good. So you remember something. So these are 5 kinds of airs that are moving in the body up to down, sideways, front to back. Our body has a lot of air. One of them is called prana. Prana is very important because the soul tightly aligns with prana and the soul goes along with prana. So soul is kind of equated with prana. Like they say, right, in Hindi, pran jaye par vachan na jaye. So even if my life air goes away, I will not go back on my word, vachan. Of course, in Kali Yuga, vachan ka koi mool nahi hai. There is no value for words. So everything has to be written down legally, even between brothers and sisters, even between wife and husband. You know what that thing between wife and husband is called?
Prenatal? No, not prenup.
Not prenatal. Prenatal is for the baby. Prenuptial.
Prenuptial.
Prenup.
Even in English, I was surprised. Americans also use the term tie the knot, although there are no knots to be tied. In South India, you have 3 knots that you tie. The husband ties around, the boy ties around the girl's neck, and then they get declared married. But even here, they use the term tie the knot. What are you tying? There is no tying in Western society. But still, that term from a long time ago continues. So that is it. We have to come to the platform. Bhagavad Gita class learning is for this purpose. At the time of death, Kafavata Pitta. And it's not easy. Like one day I was choking. So I was thinking, oh, maybe I should think of Krishna. I was thinking that I should think of Krishna, but I was unable to say his holy name through my throat. So don't think it is so easy. It will be very tough. And one of my friend was telling, devotee friend, he and his wife were driving and suddenly some car was about to hit them. So they didn't say Hare Krishna. They immediately tried to, the boy tried to steer the car to save himself. The wife started saying Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. So different consciousness, although they live in the same household, the consciousness of those two people was very different. The wife understood that chanting Krishna's name is very important, whereas the husband did not, at least at that movement, did not think that was very important. Okay, so let's go back to the other window. So this death is very important. Like one of Prabhupada's disciples wrote a book called Death. And he took all the quotes from Srimad Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita on death and put it there. So if anybody is very proud, right, you should gift him that book for Christmas or for New Year or Sankranti or Janmashtami or some occasion, right? You should give them that book called Death. Huh? What is this book? Death. I thought that I am like so superior. I am dominating everything and everybody, but this death will come and take me. And then finally he says, so give some qualities, right? So if you are able to understand and apply knowledge, that is called Medha, another opulence. If you overcome unsteadiness and be firm, that's called Dhriti. Sometimes in India, girls' names are given as Dhriti. Dharini means Mother Earth and Dhriti means somebody who is very firm in their understanding. And then Kshama. Kshama is very important because without patience, we cannot survive in this world. There's so many provocations. Okay, let's go to the next one. Brihatsama Tata Samnam
Tatha Samnam
Gayatri Chandasam
Gayatri Chandasam
Aham
Aham
Masanam
Maksana
Margashirsho Aham
Margashisham
Rutunam
Rutunam
Kusumakaraha.
Kusumakaraha.
This third line is very important, especially for people from South India. Most of the marriages happen on Margashirsa month, also known as Magha Masam, right? So Krishna says, Masanam Margashirso Aham. So for all the months, I am Margashirsa. Anything is good, that is me. Because I am the superlative of anything that exists on this planet. Of the hymns in Samaveda, I am the Brihat Sama. So apparently there is a hymn called Brihat Sama, none of us heard of because we are not that scholarly. And of all the poetry, Gayatri Mantra. There are two kinds of Gayatri. So there is Om Bhurbhuva Swaha, that is one type of Gayatri. But there is an elevated Gayatri called Kama Gayatri, which is there in the Brahma Samhita. You can refer to it. But that is only given after chanting 16 rounds and getting initiated and staying initiated for 2 years of following it uninterruptedly. And then you are given that Gayatri Mantra. And then Margashirsa, November, December. He, as of all the months, he is the best, Margashirsa. And then of all the seasons, I am flower-bearing spring. So he's not hot summer or cold winter. He is the pleasant spring. Very interesting how Krishna describes what is the best, right? He considers spring to be the best. Okay, Jaypal, read.
Yes, Prabhuji. It has already been explained by the Lord that amongst all the Vedas, he is the Samaveda. The Samaveda is rich with beautiful songs played by various demigods. One of the songs is Brahat Sama, which has an executive melody and is sung at midnight. In Sanskrit, there are different rules that regulate poetry. Rhymes and meter are not written whimsically, as in much modern poetry. Amongst the regulated poetry, the Gayatri Mantra, which is chanted by the duly qualified Brahmanas, is the most prominent. The Gayatri Mantra is mentioned in the Srimad Bhagavatam because the Gayatri Mantra is especially meant for God realization. It represents the Supreme Lord. This mantra is meant for spiritually advanced people, and when one attains success in chanting it, he, he can enter into the transcendental position of the Lord. One must first acquire the qualities of the perfectly situated person, the qualities of the goodness according to the law of material nature, in order to chant Gayatri Mantra. The Gayatri Mantra is very important in Vedic civilization, and it is considered to be the sound incarnation of Brahman. Brahma is in its initiator and it is passed down from him to disciplic succession. The month of November to December is considered the best of all months because in India, grains are collected from the field at this time and people become very happy. Of course, the spring is a season universally liked because it is neither too hot nor too cold, and the flowers and tree blossoms and flourish. In spring, there are also many ceremonies commemorating Krishna's pastime. Therefore, this is considered to be the most joyful of all seasons, and it is representative of Supreme Lord Krishna.
Yeah. So now we get why spring is important, why winter is in the November December time frame is important, and what Gayatri Mantra is. Right? I've never heard of this song, Brihat Sama. Maybe somebody on YouTube has sung this. Let's see if somebody sang it. And even if they sing it, it's probably all contaminated. Because nobody knows things well these days. Let's see if there is somebody who can sing properly. There's no Brihat Sama. There is only Sama Veda. That's not it. So there is no Brihat Sama. There's general Sama Veda chanting by general pujaris, but Brihat Sama is not there. Interesting. Dyutam
Dyutam
Chalayatam
Chalayatam
Asmi
Asmi
Tejas
Tejas
Tejashvinam
Tejasvinam
Aham
Aham
Jayo Asmi
Jayasmi
Vyavasayosmi
Vyavasayosmi
Sattvam
Sattvam
Sattvavatam
Sattvatam
Aham
Aham.
So Dyutam means gambling. Chalayatam means somebody who is doing chala. Chala means cheating. Chala kapat. So Chalayatam means of all the cheats. And he says, I am. So if you think you are a cheater, Krishna is your great grandfather. He will be better at cheating than you are. So don't try to cheat Krishna. Right? Of all the Tejas, Tejaha, he is the Tejasvinam, means he is superlatively splendorous. Then Jaya, victory. Of all the victory, he is the victorious. Vyavasayaha means enterprise or adventure. So do something. Sometimes Vyavasayaha also refers to farming. But in general, the overall meaning is enterprise or adventure. It is very interesting, right? The Sanskrit language, in different languages, certain words have taken root. Like for example, in Telugu, Vyavasaya means farming. And that has become like a daily linguistic thing, although it's a Sanskrit word. In Marathi, asti. So asti has become like a common word. Like in Pune, when I was living there, people use that term pretty commonly while in the speaking, right? So different parts of India have taken, like chala kapat, that is from in Hindi, you say, right? So that also comes from the Sanskrit word chalayatam, means cheating tendency or cheats. Then satvatam, strong. Satvam means strength. Satvatam means somebody who is strong. This is different than sattva. Sattva guna is mode of goodness. So sometimes same sound, different meanings. You have to be careful. Okay. Shushma, please read.
Okay. There are many kinds of cheaters all over the universe. Of all cheating processes, gambling stands supreme and therefore represents Krishna as the supreme. Krishna can be more deceitful than any mere man. The unfortunate commentator who wants to cheat Krishna and the public by saying that there is something greater than Krishna is cheated by Krishna. And the commentator cannot understand Krishna after any length of time. If Krishna chooses to deceive a person, no one can surpass him in his deceit. His greatness is not simply one-sided, it is all-sided. Among the victorious, he is victory. He is the splendor of the splendid. Among the enterprising and industrious, he is the most enterprising, the most industrious. Among adventurers, he is the most adventurous. And among the strong, he is the strongest. When Krishna was present on earth, no one could surpass him in strength. Even in his childhood, he lifted the Govardhana hill. No one can surpass him in cheating. No one can surpass him in splendor. No one can surpass him in victory. No one can surpass him in enterprise. And no one can surpass him in strength.
Yeah, so
Hare
basically, he is the stronger than strongest, intelligent than most intelligent, sweeter than most sweet, and is also cheater than most cheats. Like if somebody is cheating, he is a better cheat at that. That's why Duryodhan was trying to do so many cheating tricks against Krishna. Every time Krishna would smile, let him play for a little while and then finish him. Right? Even in the gambling match, Duryodhan thought that he was winning, but 14 years later he lost. Right? So after Aranyavasam, Ajnatavasam, after the Kurukshetra war, who lost? Duryodhan and party lost. Although they thought that they were winning. Same thing is happening in the modern world also. People are thinking, yes, due to science and this and that, I'm winning. And finally they lose. After Apollo 13, people lost much interest in moon exploration. They went, I think, till Apollo 18 or something. And then they gave up because it is so difficult to go. And now a new generation has come, Elon Musk and other guys, even Bezos, Jeff Bezos, they are trying to go to the moon. So unless Krishna permits, you cannot do anything. You may try, waste all of your effort and energy, and then things will not succeed, right? They may partially succeed, but not to your satisfaction. One generation passes away, next generation comes. So better to take shelter of this Supreme Person who is better than us in many respects, actually. So he is also a person, God is a person, is better than us in many respects. So it is our duty to pay homage and respects and surrender to him. Ultimately, the goal of Bhagavad Gita is to ensure that we surrender to that Supreme Lord, right? So he's giving a lot of things in this chapter because this chapter is called Opulence of the Absolute Truth. Of the Absolute, but actually it means absolute truth. Param Satyam, Satyam Param Dhimahi. Okay? Vrishninam
Vrishninam
Vasudevasmi
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 Pandavanam
Pandavanam
Dhananjaya
Dhananjaya
Muninam
Muninam
Apiyaham Vyasaha
Apyaham
Vyasah
Vyasah
Kavinam
Kavinam
Ushana Kavihi.
Ushana Kavi
Yeah, so again, the whole description is about superlatives, right? Somebody is superior to us, and we need to understand his superior quality. So, O descendants of Vrishni, I am Vasudeva. Means he's saying that he is the most important Vrishni, who is Vasudeva.
What is Vrishni?
Vrishni is the dynasty in which Krishna goes when he is in Gokulam,
Ah,
right? Vasudeva and Devaki. They were the
Shall I
parents.
read Prabhuji? Prabhuji, shall I continue?
No, but 1 minute. I'm completing this explanation. So Vasudeva and Devaki, right? He's born to Vasudeva and Devaki, and then he goes to the other Vrishnis who are there in Gokulam, because they're all related to each other, correct? And Pandavas, we know who Pandavas are. He says, I am the best, Arjuna. Arjuna is considered the best. Of all the sages, I am Vyasa. And among great thinkers, I am Ushana. We don't even know who Ushana is. He's not a common personality, but apparently he is very important. Okay, read Rajalakshmi.
Krishna is the original supreme personality of Godhead, and Baladeva is Krishna's immediate expansion. Both Lord Krishna and Baladeva appeared as sons of Vasudeva, so both of them may be called Vasudeva. From another point of view, because Krishna never leaves Vrindavana, all the forms of Krishna that appears elsewhere are his expansions. Vasudeva is Krishna's immediate expansion, so Vasudeva is not different from Krishna. It is to be understood that the Vasudeva referred to this verse of Bhagavad Gita is Baladeva or Balarama because he is the original source of all incarnations, and thus he is the sole source of Vasudeva. The immediate expansions of the Lord are called Swamsa, Swamsha, personal expansions. There are also expansions called Vibhinnamsha, separated expansions. Amongst the sons of Pandu, Arjuna is famous as Dhananjaya. He is the best man and therefore represents Krishna. Among the Munis or learned men, conversant in Vedic knowledge, Vyasa is the greatest because he explained Vedic knowledge in many different ways for the understanding of the common mass of people in the age of Kali. And Vyasa is also known as an incarnation of Krishna. Therefore, Vyasa also represents Krishna. Kavis are those who are capable of thinking thoroughly on any subject matter. Among the Kavis, Ushana Shukracharya was the spiritual master of the demons. He was an extremely intelligent and far-seeing politician. Thus, Shukracharya is another representative of the opulence of Krishna.
So even Sukracharya, who is the guru of all the demons, Krishna says, I am Ushana. That is Sukracharya. Right? He's even comparing himself with the best among the demons. Right? Who uses this term, oh, best among the demons? There's one character in history who uses this term.
Hiranyakashipu?
No, Prahlad. Prahlad calls Hiranyakashipu, oh, best among the demons. He doesn't say, oh,
Yeah.
daddy. He doesn't
Yeah.
refer to him as father. He says, oh, best among the demons. Because Hiranyakashipu asked this question, who is the source of your strength? Because he tried to kill Prahlad in many ways, but he couldn't kill. He says, who is the source of your strength? And Prahlad says, oh, best among the demons. My source of strength is same as the source of your strength. He is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Right? So even within demons' heart, the Paramatma is still the same Supreme Personality of Godhead. So Ushana, remember this. I didn't remember this. Is Sukracharya's other name. And Vyasa's, what is full name of Vyasa?
Vyasadeva?
No, that is small. Huh?
Dvaipayana Vyasa. Was it the same?
That is
Vyasadeva?
60% correct. There is a little bit more extension.
I thought Vyasa is his nickname or earned name. That was not his real name.
Regardless, what is his full name? Full name is Krishna Dvaipayana Vyasa. Yeah, Vyasa is a title rather than name. Krishna Dvaipayana. That is his name. Krishna Dvaipayana Vyasa. Vyasa means somebody who produces voluminous literature on the Supreme Personality. Right? He's saying, I am Vyasa, because Vyasa is considered a Shakta Avesha avatar. So everybody know these avatars, types of avatars? Nitin, you have been coming for a while. Tell me.
No, Prabhuji, sorry. Leela Avatar.
How come? I told you this. I still remember speaking to you on this one.
What, Prabhuji? We missed the question.
How many types of avatars are there?
Leela avataras, Guna avataras,
Very good.
Purush Avatar.
Purusha avatar. Yeah.
You just have to go to Bing or Google. It's all there. You should say Srimad Bhagavatam always, because then you'll get authentic avatars. Otherwise, people will have. Yeah.
Yuga Avatara is only 4. But I thought
Sorry?
all these, I mean, it was showing Yuga Avatara is 4. I thought Yuga Avatara is for each Yuga, right? So how can it be only 4?
Yeah, because Satya, Treta, Dwapara and Kali. And then they rotate again.
Oh, so all those other avatars are within the Yuga.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. There's a whole science
So
in
they
Srimad
count them
Bhagavatam.
as a
around-
separate number. Okay.
Sorry?
No, so they don't count them as a separate avatara.
They don't count as separate avatara, no. I mean, you can, like Dashavatara is one way to count them separately. But I'll tell you, hold on just a minute. I'm coming to my Excel notes. Everybody should have a notebook like this and write down stuff. Otherwise, you'll forget. Everybody will forget. I forget, that's why I write down notes. Because this is not like only university you go, you write notes. And this is some, not so important stuff, therefore I won't write notes. No. This is equally important. So therefore, what should you do? You should write down notes. So Purusha Avataras 3, what are they?
Shankarshana, Aniruddha, Pradyumna.
No, those are the
No,
four.
Karo Dakshaya Prabhu.
Actually,
Shiro Dakshai Vishnu.
yes. Surprisingly, Rajalakshmi is the most junior student in this. She only started coming in February, but she already knows all these things. Amazing.
Hari Bol.
Karuna Dakshai Vishnu. Shiro
Karano
Dakshai.
Dakshai. Karana means cause. Okay, hold on just a minute. Let me finish these things. There is something called Chatur Vyuha expansions. So in the purport, what does Prabhupada say? That name is reserved for Balarama. So comes from Balarama, who is the source of all incarnations. Then topmost is Avatari. He's not an avatar, he's Krishna. Avatari, source of all avatars. Right? So Krishna is the avatari. Balram is considered the first avatar and source of other incarnations. So this is more than what we normally see in South Indian movies. South Indian movies, there are only 10 avatars. So this is more than that. By the way, recently I saw a movie, beautiful movie, 1958. It's called Krishna Maya. I think I showed you briefly last time, like a few seconds. 2 hours, 35 minutes long. It shows how Narada is put in illusion because he gets proud. So Krishna puts him in illusion. So Chaturvyuha, what are those, Sheshadev?
This is Shankarshana, Pradyumna, and Aniruddha Prabhuji.
Sankarshana, Pradyumna, Aniruddha, and Vasudeva. Remember, he said Vasudeva is one of the incarnations. Technically, is an incarnation of Balram. Why? In the purport, he says, remember? Why does he say like that? Prabhupada say like that because he is actually an incarnation. I mean, incarnations come from Balaram. Yeah. Vasudeva is referred to in this verse is Baladeva or Balarama. So, this is from Chaitanya Charitamrita. I'm just giving you a quickie. That's why Rajalakshmi offered to take a Chaitanya Charitamrita for $150. You should all take Chaitanya Charitamrita. Without that, you will know no understanding of Krishna. So, Gopal, you would like to take a Chaitanya Charitamrita? Gopala Bala, Ninne.
I'll take one, Prabhuji.
Nitin? Oh, very good. So Nitin is now paving the way to go back to spiritual world. He's making the tar road. Of course, the road is very long, but he started making the road now.
Prabhu, what is Chaitanya Charitamrita?
This is the life story of Sri Chaitanya, where the, like Srimad Bhagavatam talks about the various universes, but the source of the universes is described in Chaitanya Charitamrita. It talks about like this first avatar, second avatar, how the whole universe came to being. So
Can I get a book, please?
Okay, good. So
How do I?
$150 donation. You can send me a check. I will put my email address here, and then we will have somebody ship it out to you. You make the check payable to Vedic Cultural Center.
Okay. And Prabhu, is this the place where I send the Northwest check also? Same
Yeah,
address?
you send the same Northwest Share check here also. Northwest Share is for the food distribution. All spiritual, I mean, you can send the check either way. We paid to, what is it called? Bhaktivedanta Book Trust. And then we ask them to ship it to you, or we get it in bulk and ship individually. But either way, we incur a cost.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is my home address, but ultimately you will make the check payable either to Northwest Share or to Vedic Cultural Center. These are sister organizations. Both of them are related to propagating Krishna's glories. Right?
Okay, Prabhu.
So Nitin Mehrotra and Disha Bajaj.
Yes.
Very good. I'm so happy that you are interested. Last time Shiva took one. Shiva comes only like once a month or so, but suddenly he got inspired. He said, Prabhu, get me a book. And then Nag Prabhu also took one book. Rajya Lakshmi took one. She's very interested in spirituality. So as you can see, she's ready with answers. Okay, Purushavataras, Rajya Lakshmi, go ahead. You were mentioning?
Karno Dakshai Vishnu.
Karno Dakshai Vishnu.
Garbho Dakshai Vishnu.
Garbhodakasai Vishnu.
Shiro Dakshai Vishnu.
Shirodakasai Vishnu. Yeah, your memory is very good, Rajalakshmi. Okay, Leela Avataras. There are 22. So I don't know if we can remember all of them, but fire away. These are the commonly known avatars in India. So fire away.
Narada, Prabhuji, I think Narada was Leela.
No, Narada comes here.
Narsimha.
Narada is a Shakti avatar. Okay. Leela avatars are direct incarnations. Narada is a Shakti incarnation. Means he gets some power of Krishna, but he's not Krishna.
Lord Rama.
All
Yeah,
Matsya,
Rama. Excellent. Okay, next.
Matsya,
Narsimha.
Kurma, all that.
Matsya, Narsimha,
Varaha.
Dattavatar and
Kurma Avataram.
Varaha, Kurma,
Parashurama, Rama, Krishna,
Rama,
Buddha,
Krishna, and what else? Krishna comes down as himself. So this Krishna
Buddha.
comes down as this Krishna. So that's why he's called, he himself descended. Once in a while he'll come down himself. But other times, oh, if I color code it, it loses.
I forgot the name of boar. He has a boar.
Boar is,
Varaha.
yeah, Varaha already have. Okay. Who else?
Vamana avatar. Vamana.
Vamana, very good.
Buddha.
Yeah, Buddha. Then
Kalki.
Kalki. Then you're forgetting one from Maharashtra. He descended down in Maharashtra. He has 3 heads, Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh. What's his name?
Vittal.
Not Vishnu. Vittal is the devotee. No Maharashtrians here?
Dattatreya. Dattatreya.
Dattatreya, excellent, yeah. Dattatreya. Again, I also don't know everything, so don't expect me to fill this completely up, but that's a good start. What are the 3 Gunavataras? This should be very easy.
Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva.
Yes. Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva. Manvantara avatars, who are these? It's very difficult anyway to know this. For every Manvantara, there is a one avatara. So one day of Brahma is divided into 13 Manvantaras. Actually, it is 14 Manvantaras. I don't know why they are saying 13. Maybe one of them Brahma himself comes. I don't know. I have to read.
Swayambhu.
Okay.
Swayambhu Manu? No.
Yeah, Swayambhu Manu is one of them, but there are many other Manus. Like if you see old movies, there they say, right, Brahma will talk to one of the Manu. Hum tumhare paas aayenge. Agle kalp mein hum aayenge. Kalp means like very long time. 1000 yuga cycle is a day of Brahma. 1000 yuga cycle is night of Brahma. That is one kalpa. Right? So anyway, we are not the first people on the planet, right? So somebody already put these guys on the Wikipedia. You can look them up. So, Manus. Manu is, somebody stole this and copyrighted this name. Manus Vedic. 14 Manus. See, that's why I said 14 and there they said 13. This is wrong. So, I mean, internet, there'll be some information, but it may not be 100% correct, but at least it's a start. Right? Swayambhuva is the first. Swarochisa, Uttama, Tapasa, Raivata, Chakshusha, Vaivasvata. Where are we right now? Which Manu are we in? Which Manvantara?
Vaivasvata.
Vaivasvata. How do you know?
I heard of it somewhere.
Yeah, in all the pujas. It's not like heard of somewhere. You hear it every day.
Vaivasvara Manvantre Ashta Samvata.
Right.
Yeah.
Pradama Bhage, Vaivasvata Manvantare, Jambu Dvipe, America.
Bharatavarshe, Bharatavarshe.
Yeah, America. Yeah. We are in America, right? So America Kande, Semamish Nagare or Redmond Nagare. So you are giving your coordinates to the Lord. You are saying, my Lord, this is where I reside and please take my worship. All right. So let's see what we have online. Vaivasvata Manvantare.
How do we know that we are in that?
Well, how do you know that you are in 2020?
Because someone is tracking it.
Yes, so somebody is also tracking from the Vedic things. I mean, world has gone to dogs, but there are still some good people who are tracking all these things. Right? So there are people who are tracking. Otherwise, why would you see so many sites? Right? So Vaivasvata Manvantare Bharatha Varshe. Let's see if something comes. Yeah. Yeah. And which kalpa are we in right now? So some girl called Ramani put this. Oh, Ramani's blog is gone. Gone with the wind. Yeah, hindupad.com. As I said, not everything can be trusted, but if you know Srimad Bhagavatam, then you can trust, because then you can do cross verification. Just like somebody put 13 manvantras, but then I cross checked and it was 14 manvantras. So how do you start your puja? Apavitra pavitro va yadvagasas va yasmaret pundari kaksham Sabhyantara
Vyantara Shuchi.
Suchihi Shri Vishnum Sri Vishnum Sri Vishnum means Bahya means outside. Antara means inside. I am purifying everything outside my surroundings, my Lord, and I am purifying everything inside my heart. Of course, our heart is more dirty than outside surroundings. Outside, you can take a Clorox wipe and clean it. But what are you going to do with your inside dirt? Right? And then how do you start? Where is Varaha? Again, there is a book called Puja Vidana and then mantras from ISKCON temple. I have that book upstairs in my puja room. That's where we have all these mantras in there. Okay, here it is, right? Adhya Brahmana Dvitiya Pararthe. Okay, we are in the second half of creation. Sweta Varaha Kalpe. So which day of Brahma are we in? We are in Shweta Varaha. Kalpa means day of Brahma. So 1000 cycles of 4 yugas is his day. 1000 cycles is his night. Then we say Vaivashvata Manvantare Kali Yuge. We are in Kali Yuga. Pratama Pade, first half of Kali Yuga. Jambudvipe, the earthly realm known as Jambudvip or loosely called Earth. Bharata Varshe, of course, if you're doing puja in Semamish or Redmond or Bellevue, you should say America Varshe or Bharata Varshe, sorry, Bharata Varshe will be the same. Then you say America Khande. Khande means which portion of Bharata Varsha. Asmin means now. Vartamana Vyavaharika Chandramane Sri Samvatsare. So you have to add the Samvatsara here. Which Samvatsara is this? According to calendar that you open on Ugadi? Nobody know?
2047?
No. It's the name
No. This is the name of the.
Name. See, various Samvatsara like Datamana Samvatsara.
Okay.
Like that. Anyway, you can look it up. Right? Dakshinaye Sharadrutha. So we are right now we are not in Dakshinaya, we are in Uttarayana right now. Right? So Dakshinayana will come from August, the second half of the year, right? Ashvina Mase, which Masha are we right now in? You have to look up the calendar again. Shukla Pakshe Ityadi. Right? So why do we recite all this? We are giving our coordinates, right? Which one?
Why are we saying Bharata Varshe, Prabhuji?
Bharata Varshe, this entire planet is called Bharata Varshe, in which there are khandas. Khandas means continents. So, one of the continent is called Bharata Khande, which is India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, for that matter, even China, everything put together is called Bharata Khande. This is called America Khande. If you want to be specific, you can say Uttar America Khande.
Okay. No, I understood the Kande part. It's just that the Varsha I did not
Bhartavarsha,
understand.
the whole planet is called Bhartavarsha. Maharaj Bharat ruled the whole earth. Maharaj Ambarish ruled the whole earth. He was called Sapta Dvipa Mahapatihi. So there are 7 dvipas on this planet. North America, South America, Asia, Australia, Europe. How many is that? There are 2 more. So
Oh,
no. North
Australia,
America, South America, 2,
Antarctica, and
Australia,
Antarctica.
3. Yeah, so if you count all that, it will become Sapta Dvipa Mahapatihi. So Maharaj Ambarish was considered the boss of 7 dvipas or khandas. So this whole planet is called Bhartavarsh. Originally, everybody was chanting Hare Krishna. Everybody was reciting this mantra. But slowly, as the distance from modern India increases, people have lost touch with Vedic culture. So, I mean, this America is not like we came to a foreign country. Our great-grandfather Ambarish Maharaj was ruling this place. So we came to our own country. This is also our country. The whole planet is one country.
Okay.
Right? Then you have Surya Savarna Manu, Daksha Savarna Manu, Brahma Savarna Manu, ityadi. And what happens after the 14 Manu? What happens?
So does that end the entire day of Brahma?
No,
Yeah.
no, entire.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
if it, yeah, then annihilation happens.
Annihilation, partial annihilation, not full. Partial annihilation means only part of the universe gets destroyed. Then there is Maha. So this is called what? This is called mini pralaya. And then there is Mahapralaya. Mahapralaya is when all the 14 systems get destroyed. Even Brahma has to leave that and go to the spiritual world temporarily. And then either he may be deployed back or a new person may be deployed. Right? Just like Steve Ballmer used to be the CEO, now Satya Nadella is the CEO. Right? Even if you call Steve Ballmer, Steve Ballmer will say, no, I don't want to come back. So there'll be a new Brahma at that point to run the show. And he has 14 assistants, these Manvantaras, and 14 Manus for each one of these Manvantara period. It's all very scientific, actually, very technical, structured, like that. So instead of copying everything, I'll just copy the link.
But if we become liberated, then we don't have to come again for the new Brahma.
Yeah, who wants to come to this rotten place? Sometimes house market crashes, sometimes Corona comes, stock market crashes. Too much headache here, ma'am. So let's get out of here. Once and for all, never again turn your head. Just go one direction to spiritual world. Okay, so Satya, Treta, Dwapara, and Kali. So these are 4 yugas. In 4 yugas, in one he comes as Shweta, white. In one he comes as Rakta, reddish color. In one he comes Pitambara, so yellowish color, like that. In 4 yugas, he comes in 4 different colors. His bodily color is also different. That's why you see Krishna is sometimes depicted in white marble. Have you seen that? I have seen this in, where did I see this? Of course, in Jaipur, everywhere you'll have white Krishna. But I saw this also in Ohio, Dayton, Ohio, or one of the cities in Ohio, there is an ISKCON temple. There Krishna is not only standing, but he lifts his right leg in a dancing pose and his body is like made out of white marble, like that. So Shakta Aveshavasaras, how many are there? Many. Like Bhakti, Siddhanta, Saraswati, Thakur, our Srila Prabhupada. Some people even say that Jesus is a Shaktavesh avatar. So there are many like that, right? Whoever is talking about God and he has proven that he himself is pure and not nonsense. So you don't count Muhammad in that because Muhammad did a lot of weird things. So you will not consider him in that list. But yeah, there are a lot of these Shakti Avesh avatars. Actually, Parashuram is also considered by some as Shaktaveshwar avatars and not full avatar. Although we added him here, right? But technically is called Shaktaveshwar avatar. And there are many, many such people. Kapila. Has anybody heard of Kapila? Kapila Muni?
Yes, Prabhu.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Kapila Muni, who is the son of, what are the parents' names?
Devahuti and
Devahuti.
Kardama Muni.
Very good. I think Shushma Mataji is on a roll right now. She has the best memory. Better than mine. So yeah, Kardama Muni and Devahuti, very interesting story. They had married life for 1,000 years because their lives were very long. And they have sex every day. And then one fine day they realize, what are we doing? This human life is so rare and we are engaged in this nonsense activity called sex. So Kardama Muni, he gives one child to Devahuti and he says, you live with this child. Because according to Shastra, you cannot take sannyas unless there is somebody to take care of your wife. So typically when the male child is born, then father is free to go and take sannyas. Like Jaypal has a male child. Nitin, do you have a male child?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay, so you are both eligible now. So Disha Mataji and Rekha Mataji, I cannot talk about you because you have to, hold your husband's nose and make them devotees. Because usually, right,
हमारा क्या होगा?
women become devotees faster. Husbands are usually slow to follow. So, जैसे कहते हैं ना कि नाक में वो नथनी डाल करके खींच कर लाओ. Like that, you have to that little ring in the husband's nose and drag them to devotional life.
Yes, Prabhu.
You have to do it. Like think of Sati Savitri, all those great characters, right? So you have to emulate them, meditate on them and say, hell or high water, I'll make my husband a devotee.
So where does a woman stand in devotional service? So when you say brahmachari
Usually women
can be
get
taken
attracted.
by...
Yeah, women get attracted to devotion very faster than men. But usually women are encouraged to take a subordinate role to the husband because it is said that... Who's that? Yeah, it is said in Shastra that when a woman thinks of her husband and dies, she will get a male birth in the next life. And if a husband thinks of the wife while dying, he becomes a female in the next life. So these are all temporary things, sometimes male, sometimes female. So men, the general advice, like I went to one ISKCON temple in India and there was one Vrindavan Chandra Maharaj. He speaks in Hindi, beautiful Hindi. So he was giving a class. So he was saying, स्त्री के लिए पुरुष के बारे में सोचना बहुत अच्छी बात है. अपने पति के बारे में सोचते रहो ताकि अगले जन्म में पुरुष का शरीर मिल जाए. लेकिन पुरुष को स्त्री के बारे में ज्यादा सोचना ठीक नहीं है. उनके लिए पतन का कारण हो सकता है. क्योंकि पुरुष के लिए केवल भगवान कृष्ण के बारे में सोचना चाहिए. So we have to think as a man, we should think of Krishna. The wife should think of you so that she'll get a human body. But if wife is intelligent enough to think of Krishna, then both of you will get liberated and go back to Krishna Loka. So this is like two tracks of the train, right? Like I see like Disha Mataji, Rekha Mataji are interested. They have to slowly encourage their husbands. Same thing, Nitin is interested and Gopal is interested. Now they have to train their wives to kind of, take this up more seriously like that, right? So of
Me
course,
too, Prabhuji. Me too.
Oh yeah, you should drag your husband too. I was telling you in Hindi, what you should do, you should take a steel ring, put it on your husband's nose and drag him. That's how they drag bulls. Have you seen how they drag bulls in India? Because that's the weakest part. If you pull the bull's nose, the body will follow along. So yeah, you have to. Otherwise, you may love that person on this planet, but you are actually not loving them if you don't give them spiritual knowledge. They will hang around here in this material world and rot here. again and again, take birth again and again. Right? So at least I'm convinced that this place is a Dukhalayam, horrible place. You should also come to that firm conclusion. And quickly get your family duties finished. Like, give them kids basic education, not like you will hang around till he has a PhD degree. Basic education so that they can, work and earn some money and live their own life. That's it. Enough. Not too much education. And if you have a girl, get her married. After that, you can wash off your hands. It's the husband's duty now to take care of the wife. For a boy, give them basic education. And after that, your 24/7 spiritual life. That's it. What else is there? Right? Like Prabhupada used to say, this is a stool of different color. Like when you pass stool in the toilet every morning, right? Sometimes it may be one color, sometimes it may be different color depending upon what you ate the previous night. So material world is like that. I worked for 20 companies. It is stool of different color. Every company, same nonsense. It will be in a slightly different flavor. That's it. Different flavor of nonsense. So we have to be fully convinced. Otherwise, we will guaranteed come back here in this material world. Okay. So why did I cover this table of avatars?
Because we were doing 1037.
So
Sukracharya, especially the spiritual master of demon, in that regard you mentioned.
Yes.
The personal
Yes,
expansions
yes.
versus separated expansions.
Sukracharya. That is why.
Oh.
So, but Srila Prabhupada also talks about so many other things here. He says there is Swamsha and Vibhinnamsha. So what are the expansions that we just talked about called? These are called Swamsha. Yeah, because his direct part is coming. And who are Vibhinnamshas?
Probably the last one.
Separate expansions, living entities.
Material.
Yeah. Actually, again, Rajalakshmi wins the medal here. This is us. To a certain extent, Shakti-Avesha avatars also, right? Depending upon whether they have 80% of Krishna's qualities or 20% of Krishna qualities, right? So even this will come under Vibhinnamsha technically, but we give them a special privilege because they are dear to the Lord. They actually have a higher potency of the Lord. Like Parshuram killed Kshatriyas 21 times. So he could not have done without the strong blessing of the Lord, right? And if Nitin writes good code or does good program management, that is also due to power of the Lord. It's not like his own power. We don't have anything actually. How do we know this? Anybody know the story? How do we know that we have limited powers and our power is Krishna's power?
Because we are part and parcels of Krishna.
Yeah, that is an excellent answer. But can you give me an example? In whose life is that manifested?
Purushas.
No.
What?
Manifested means like, what is the example? Where do you see that in Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam or Ramayana?
Sky.
I didn't understand the question.
I think you're overanalyzing the problem.
Prabhuji is asking for an example where we found that we have no power.
Prabhu,
Yeah,
didn't you just give an
cannot
example?
control
A hint
some
right
things.
now. You said Ramayana, so it's Ram, right?
No.
Ram.
Ram has a lot of power in Ramayana. Ram has a lot of power in Ramayana. He is the.
But he's always humble
He's
about
here,
it.
right?
He says,
He's
like,
Leela Avatar. So he's Leela Avatar. You cannot
Okay.
think of him negatively. Okay, I'll give you the answer. Arjuna kills what? Like 300 million people on the battlefield of Kurukshetra.
Okay.
After
But he was
Krishna
defeated by.
departs, after Krishna departs, he is entrusted the duty of taking the 16,108 gopis / wives of Krishna back to Gokul. So as he is taking them to the forest, a band of ordinary thieves will steal all the Krishna's wives. So Arjun says, this Gandiva, which defeated so many Yodhas and Mahayodhas, Atirathis and Maharathis, could not stop even a common band of thieves. This is because, Krishna, you are no longer with me. Get the point? So our power is not our power. Our power comes from Krishna. And if he wants, he can take it away. I've seen big people, right? Recently, that guy, what's his name? Clint Eastwood sold his mansion for a loss in Los Angeles area, Beverly Hills. Clint Eastwood, you know that Clint Eastwood? Famous guy? So many movies, English movies, all the Western movies. Good, Bad, Ugly, all those movies, right? So why did he have to sell? Because his time is up. So he becomes normal. And there was another lady, Norman Hale or somebody. She used to be a movie star in the 70s, 80s. Now she's doing a 9-to-5 job. She just goes to office like you and me. So when Krishna's power is there, you will rise high. And when he withdraws the power, you are a zero. From a hero to a zero. Right? That's why it's better not to be a big hero. Because eventually, zero will follow. Get the picture? So, immediate expansions of the Lord are called Swamsa, and there are also expansions called Vibhinnamsa, separated, which is us. How many separated expansions are there?
Innumerable.
Innumerable. There you go. Yes. Innumerable. Avatarena asankhena. So we are all parts of Krishna. Can you believe it? We are many parts of Krishna. We have all the quality. I mean, not all. We have what? Something like 80+% qualities of Krishna. I mean, it varies, right? If you are a Shakti Avatara, 80+%. If you are an ordinary person like me, maybe 64%. There's a mathematics in Chaitanya Charitamrita, how these different things manifest. Right? So it's a long description for these 2 words. I mean, 2 sentences. But I think it was well worth it. Because now you understand that if somebody says they are God, they are actually using the wrong taxonomy. You know the meaning of word taxonomy? What is taxonomy?
Nomenclature?
Yeah. Can you think of a better word?
Hierarchy?
Yeah, that's also correct. Can you think of a different word? Especially in computer science, this word is taught. A branch of science concerned with classifications and systematics, categorization, organization, sorting, codification. So that's why I said computer scientists know this word better, because you have to stratify data, codify data. So this is the taxonomy of God. If somebody just says, I am God, okay, which means they don't even know the taxonomy of God. Or you can become God. They don't know the taxonomy, right? There are different categories. So you have to ask them, which category do you belong to, sir? Of course, if they say, I'm a Shaktavis Avatara, you can give them benefit of doubt. But if they say that I'm just a normal human being, then that's the correct answer. But if they say, I am Yuga Avatar or Manvantara Avatar, then you should take a chappal and hit them on their head, because they are not.
Prabhu, we'll just direct them to you. Please educate them.
What's that?
We'll just direct them. We'll just direct them to you. Please educate them.
Well, they may not listen, right? Because recently, when Elon Musk sent that space shuttle out, one of my friends said, "Good job, Elon." Then I said, "While you have done a great scientific achievement, dear Mr. Elon Musk, you have not talked about the eternal soul or how people can go beyond moon or Mars." And then a whole bunch of people on LinkedIn attacked me. They said, "How can you say this?" He's such a great person. He has done so much charity in Puerto Rico, this, that. I said, all that is okay. Did I say he didn't do charity? All I'm saying is he should educate people on the higher truth. Then he is a leader. So that's how the conversation went. General people are mostly foolish. You cannot save them. I mean, only Krishna's direct incarnations can save them, not people like us.
Prabhu, one question on the taxonomy. One of the Gunavataras is Vishnu. Is there one of those, among the Karunadakshayi, Kshirodakshayi, is that the same Vishnu, or is it
No,
a
different
separate?
personalities. Different personalities. Yeah.
Okay.
Like when you go to office, you are one personality. With your wife, you are a different personality. With your kid, you are a different personality. Right? But you are the same body. In this case, the personality of Krishna comes as Swamsha. Amsha means part. So he is exactly like that original body, but he has different characteristics and different activities. Guna and Leela. Guna is the same, but Leela changes. And Leela Avataras, they come specifically to do Leela. Right? These people that don't come to do Leela, they are there. Right now, you are on planet Earth, which is a part of Bhumandala, which is a part of the 14 planetary system, with the Mount Meru in the middle, right? So these gentlemen, Karnadaksha Vishnu, Garbhodaksha Vishnu, Kshirodaksha Vishnu are there 24/7 with you.
Got it. And Karnadakshayi Vishnu is he the same as Mahavishnu?
Yeah, his full name is Karnodakshayi Mahavishnu.
Okay.
And Prabhuji, once again, Chaturvyuha expansion is another name for plenary one, or the plenary is a different expansion, plenary expansion?
Starting from this, everything is a plenary expansion. Okay? This is a plenary.
So then where comes Narayana here? Narayana?
Narayana is after Chaturvyuha expansions. That's a good point. So I forgot about that totally. See, she's paying attention. Everybody else forgot. Narayana. Narayana, 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 Narayana. So this is Narayana forms. There are many Narayana forms, so we should say Narayana forms. I mean, if you want to be more technical, between Krishna and Balarama, there is a layer called Rama, who is also Balarama, but that's how scriptures describe it. So there is Krishna, Rama or Balarama, and then Balarama expands into these different forms. This is all deep Chaitanya Charitamrita stuff. It's not so easy to understand with our, American minds.
I think somehow Chaitanya Charitamrita has all this more clearly. I mean, I've just started reading Chaitanya Charitamrita, Prabhuji, and even the highest Krishna Loka having the 3 layers or 3 aspects like Dwarka, Mathura, and Gokula or Vrindavan.
Yeah, that is even more detailed, but I'm not going there right now because people may not understand.
And for every yuga, you have a different Chaturvyuha expansion. Like for in Kali Yuga, you have Vasudeva.
No. Chaturvyuha is constant because Chaturvyuha is where? Spiritual world. So yugas don't affect them. There is no time in the spiritual world. Only in the material world, you have this cycle, Kala Chakra. This Chakra, Satya, Treta, Dwapara, Kali, this keep on cycling. But there is no cycle in the spiritual world. You get the point? There is no time in spiritual world. That is the good news. That's why we want to go there. If there is no time, what happens? Your body will not deteriorate. Isn't that a great thing? Your body doesn't deteriorate.
But home, you talked about home last classes. Home means which spiritual world is that home?
Home is ultimately Goloka Vrindavan, but not everybody may be able to go there. But there are millions of Vaikuntha planets. We may land up in one of those if we do it properly. Okay. Anything above the Vaitarni river, above the material world, we can go happily. Doesn't matter. I'm totally content with becoming like some small creature in one corner of one Vaikuntha planet once in a while. I say Krishna, right? So it's not like everybody has to be like a gopi serving Krishna directly. And anyhow, all those positions are already taken. They'll say, get in line. Who are you? Right? We are not even qualified for all those things. So we should focus on our service and everything else will follow. So this is how Chaitanya Charitamrita starts, right? You should, get a book and read every night, and then seeing on the screen, you'll ruin your eyes. Krishna Chaitanya. I offer my respectful obeisances unto spiritual masters and devotees of the Lord's incarnation, his plenary portions, his energies, and the primeval Lord himself, Sri Krishna Chaitanya. So his name is Sri Krishna Chaitanya, like that. So our home is quite far away. So we have to work very carefully. And then there are 5 features of Lord Chaitanya. So there are 5 tattvas. That's why we recite this Pancha Tattva mantra. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. So who are these 5 tattvas? These 5 tattvas incarnate with Lord Chaitanya, and thus Lord executes his Sankirtana movement with great pleasure. So Sankirtan movement is by these 5 tattvas. Tattva means substantial items. So this is one other great verse. Krishna Varnam Tvisa Krishnam Sangopangastara Parsadam Yagnaihi Sankirtana Prayer Yajantihi Sumedhasaha. In Kali Yuga, Sumedhaha, intelligent people pray to the Lord by Yajna Sankirtana. So what is this Sankirtana? Sankirtana is like a Yajna, Sankirtana Yajna. In the age of Kali, people are endowed with sufficient intelligence, will worship the Lord, who is accompanied by his associates, by performance of Sankirtana Yajna. So last time I showed you on YouTube, different Sankirtan parties, right? Anybody remember that?
Yes, Prabhuji.
So what did we show last time?
I think most of it was in Europe.
Some of it was in Europe. I showed you Muslims chanting, New Yorkers, Belgians, Russian, Brazil, South Africa. Let's go to South Africa today. So this is actually an Indian in South Africa because South Africa has a lot of Indians, you know that, right? So let's go to East Africa. Let's see how the locals are chanting.
Communication problems that you get the job done.
Hare Krishna.
Suffering is because we have forgotten what festival. Dance. The main thing is actually discussing with the audience philosophy, trying to explain to them.
So that was one flavor. Let's see how it's in Russia. Sankirtan Yajna means you have to Sankirtan, chant together, not sit in your couch. Then you won't get the same benefit as singing and chanting. Of course, after Corona finishes, we can do this. So can you tell me why in Russia and in Africa this is spreading faster than in America? Any thoughts?
People are more pious there.
Yes, but there is one more reason.
Because there's a lot of poverty there.
Yes. Kunti Devi says, only a person who has nothing can turn to you, Krishna. Tvam akinchana gocharam. Tvam akinchana gocharam. Means, if somebody doesn't have anything, then they will turn to you. Of course, if somebody gives them the knowledge. America, we have everything. That's the problem. That's actually a negative qualification for us. We have everything, right? We have cars, we have houses. We have, you click a button, within 24 hours, a package is outside the door. So you think that this material world is a very nice place. But wherever there is a big problem, there people take up to devotional life faster. Like Croatia, like former Yugoslavia, I went there. Like where we had the camp, I said, why there is so less population? They said, everybody's dead. That was the boundary between Bosnia and Croatia. So Bosnia is Muslim, Croatia is Christian. So they fought a bitter war and killed each other. So very little population. Everything's beautiful and green, no population. So wherever there is pain, people follow Krishna. Where everything is taken care of, even Corona didn't really give the jhatka that I was hoping for. I was praying for a bigger jhatka, but Krishna only gave a small jhatka. I even said this in one of my classes in the temple. Some people must have been very unhappy with me. I said, I pray that the stock market crashes so that people can become better devotees. Of course, my prayer came true, but now it's again recovered, market recovered. But yeah, at least Krishna gave me my prayer true. Because when misery comes, people turn to Krishna. Even Russia is very poor, believe it or not. I went there. People make 500 rubles, and bottle of milk is 5 rubles. So just with milk and groceries, your monthly salary is finished. How people are living is a mystery to me. So yeah, like I stayed in one devotee's home. They built a home, but they didn't have doors. And they were saying before, I asked them why, because we don't have money. And they were hoping to build the door before winter because Moscow winters are pretty brutal. Not like Siberia, but still they're pretty brutal. So my wife gave like one bag of Punjabi dresses, salwar kameezes. So I said, I bought something for you. These are from my wife. They're used, but will you be able to use them? She said, wow, these are the best dresses. And then she took them, and I'm sure she distributed to other devotees and so on. I took some saris as well as Punjabi dresses, salwar kameezes. So it's like that. Wherever there is less wealth, they're amazing. Anyway, I'm not saying that you should become poor, but use your wealth and then become Krishna conscious. So if less wealth people are becoming devotees, what is the problem with you becoming devotees? It's not like you are starving, right? One day in the Russian home that I stayed, they didn't have anything to eat. They, I think, cut 2 apples. They gave me 3/4 of an apple, and the wife and husband ate the remaining 1/4 of an apple. That was the dinner for that night. So, yeah. In a way, it is good. If you eat less, what will happen? You'll wake up soon. At 4:30, you'll feel hungry. You'll wake up, do Mangalarti. If you eat, 4 paratas and 2 cups of curd, that's it. 9 o'clock also, you're not awake. So I'm not saying we should be poor, but when we have wealth, we should become devotees. Otherwise, who knows, next lifetime we may not have wealth. So how can we become devotees then? Okay, so let's chant now.